Have you ever felt like you are meant for something bigger, but you just can't figure out what it is? Like, there's a voice inside you whispering that your life has a greater purpose, but no matter how hard you try, you can't seem to see the full picture? If so, you are not alone. In fact, this could be one of the first signs that God has chosen you for something great. Stay with this video until the end because by the time you finish watching, you may realize that everything happening in your life right now is leading you to something far beyond what you imagined. Now, here's the truth most people never understand. God doesn't choose the strongest, the smartest, or the most qualified. He chooses the willing. He chooses those who are ready to grow through struggle, those who have the heart to serve, and those who refuse to settle for an average life. But here's the problem. Most people don't even realize they're being chosen. Why? Because when God is preparing you for something great, He doesn't make it easy. Instead, He challenges you. He sets you apart. He removes things from your life that no longer serve your purpose. And sometimes it feels like He is breaking you, when in reality, He is shaping you. Think about it. The most powerful leaders, the most impactful people in history were never the ones who had an easy path. They were the ones who walked through fire and refused to give up. Moses, Joseph, David. Before they stepped into greatness, they were tested, rejected, and placed in situations that made no sense at the time. But every hardship, every delay, every challenge was preparing them for something bigger. The same might be happening in your life right now. Maybe you've noticed certain patterns in your life. Maybe you've been feeling disconnected from people around you, questioning why things aren't working out the way you expected. Or maybe deep inside, you just know, you feel that something is shifting, that life is pulling you in a different direction. What if all of this is a sign that you have been chosen? See, human psychology tells us that the mind resists change, but the soul recognizes truth. That's why even when your life feels uncertain, something inside you knows you are meant for more. That restlessness you feel, that deep desire for something greater, it's not random, it's a calling. And it's time to stop ignoring it because here's the thing, when God chooses you, He also separates you. You may notice that certain people have started drifting away from your life. Certain situations that once made sense no longer feel right. This isn't a mistake, it's preparation. You're not losing. You're being positioned, you're being refined, but the question is, will you recognize it? Most people don't. Most people assume that when things get tough, it means they're failing. But those who are truly chosen know the truth. Struggles are not signs of defeat, they are signs of development. When God is preparing you, He tests your faith, He removes your comfort, and He forces you to rely on something greater than yourself. And here's why this is important. If you don't see these challenges as preparation, you'll resist them. You'll waste time fighting battles that were never meant to break you, only to strengthen you. You'll mistake a calling for a crisis. But what if you changed your perspective? What if you started seeing your struggles as confirmation that you are being prepared for something far beyond what you can see right now? Because here's the reality. You wouldn't be feeling this pull, this unrest, this deep longing if you weren't meant for more. God does not plant seeds in your heart for no reason. If you feel like something is shifting in your life, it's because it is. If you feel like you're being prepared for something greater, it's because you are. So stay with me. In the next part of this video, we're going to uncover the 7 undeniable signs that prove God has chosen you for something great. Some of these signs may surprise you, but by the time you reach the end, you'll see your life in a completely different way. Because once you recognize these signs, you can no longer ignore them. You can no longer doubt that your life is being shaped for something extraordinary. Have you ever wondered why you feel different from the people around you? Why, no matter how hard you try, you just don't seem to belong? It's not because something is wrong with you, it's because you have been set apart. When God chooses someone for a higher purpose, He doesn't allow them to blend in. He doesn't let them become too comfortable in the crowd. That feeling of not fitting in is not a curse. It's a sign that you were never meant to follow the path of the majority, a sign that your destiny requires you to stand alone before you can lead others. Psychology tells us that humans have a deep need for belonging. We crave acceptance, but when you are chosen, you will experience seasons of isolation. You will feel disconnected from the people you once related to. Conversations that used to excite you may now seem empty. Friendships that once felt strong may start fading away. This is not rejection, it's redirection. God separates before he elevates. He removes distractions. He disconnects you from people who no longer align with where you are going. It may feel like loneliness, but in reality, it's preparation. Because those who are called for something great cannot afford to be influenced by the wrong voices. They must learn to walk alone before they can guide others. And here's the truth most people never realize. Your difference is your gift. The very thing that makes you feel like an outsider is what will set you apart for your purpose. While others chase approval, you are being shaped for something deeper. While others follow the crowd, you are being prepared to lead. So if you've felt this way, don't fight it, embrace it. The path of the chosen is never easy, but it is always worth it. You are being called to something higher, and the first step is understanding you were never meant to fit in. Have you ever asked yourself, why is my life so difficult? Why do I keep facing obstacles that others don't seem to go through? If this sounds familiar, don't mistake it for bad luck. It's not a coincidence. It's a sign. When God chooses you for something great, he doesn't hand you an easy life. He puts you through trials that force you to grow. Struggles are not punishments. They are The strongest warriors go through the hardest battles. The greatest leaders are forged in the fire of adversity. Look at the most successful, impactful people in history. None of them had it easy. They faced rejection, failure, and pain. But they didn't let their struggles break them. They let their struggles build them. That's what makes the difference. Some people give up when life gets hard, but those who are chosen, they endure, they learn, they rise stronger. Psychology proves that struggle builds resilience. When you go through difficulties, your mind adapts, your character strengthens, your ability to handle pressure increases. What once seemed impossible now becomes part of your story of overcoming. Every setback, every delay, every painful experience is shaping you into someone who can handle the weight of your destiny. Because here's the truth, if your purpose is great, your preparation will be tough. God will remove everything in you that is not strong enough to carry the blessing he has for you. He will strip away fear, doubt, and weakness through challenges that test your faith. You may not understand why things are happening right now, but one day you will look back and see the purpose behind every struggle. So if you're facing battles that seem unfair, don't let them break you, let them prepare you, because the ones who endure the most are the ones who are chosen for the greatest things. Have you ever felt an unshakable feeling that you're meant for more? Like no matter how much you try to settle, something inside you keeps pushing you forward. That feeling is not random. It's a sign, a calling. When God chooses you for something great, he will not let you stay comfortable in a life that isn't meant for you. He places a fire inside you, a restlessness that refuses to be ignored. You may try to follow a normal path, do what society expects, live the way others do, but deep down, something feels off. It's as if you were created for something different, something greater, even if you don't fully understand what it is yet. This is where most people get confused. They mistake this restlessness for dissatisfaction. They think something is wrong with them because they can't be happy with the life that seems good enough for others. But here's the truth. This feeling is not a problem. It's a sign of purpose. It's God pulling you towards something bigger, something beyond the ordinary. Psychologists call this divine discontent. It's the mind's way of signaling that you are outgrowing your current environment, that what once felt normal now feels limiting. It's the same feeling that drives people to break free from mediocrity and step into their true calling. The difference between those who stay stuck and those who step into greatness is simple. Some listen to this feeling and some ignore it. So if you've been feeling restless, like you're stuck in a life that doesn't fit you anymore, don't ignore it. That is God's way of waking you up. He is stirring your soul, making sure you don't get trapped in a life that was never meant for you. This feeling is not here to frustrate you, it's here to guide you. And the sooner you stop fighting it, the sooner you'll see where it's leading you. Have you ever noticed that no matter what you go through, you still feel a deep need to lift others up? Even when life is hard, even when you're struggling, There's a voice inside you that keeps pushing you to encourage, support, and help people around you. This is not just kindness, it's a calling. When God chooses someone for a great purpose, He gives them a heart that feels deeply, a heart that cannot look away from the pain of others, a heart that is drawn to healing, guiding, and inspiring those who are lost. This is not weakness, this is strength. The strongest people are not the ones who live only for themselves, they are the ones who carry the weight of others, even when no one carries theirs. Psychology tells us that true fulfillment doesn't come from money, success, or fame. It comes from contribution. People who dedicate their lives to serving others report the highest levels of happiness and purpose. But here's what most don't realize. This desire to help is not something you create. It is something placed inside you. It is part of your destiny. Look at history's greatest leaders, visionaries, and game changers. They all had one thing in common. They lived not just for themselves, but for others. Their trials, their struggles, their battles were not just for their personal growth. They went through pain so they could help others overcome theirs. Maybe this is why your life has been so challenging. Maybe this is why you've faced battles that most people wouldn't survive, because you are being prepared to guide others through the same storms. Your pain has a purpose. Your struggles are not wasted. They are shaping you into the person you were meant to become, someone who doesn't just live for themselves, but someone who impacts the world around them. So if you feel this deep urge to help, even when you have nothing left to give, know this. It's because you were chosen. You were never meant to walk this path just for yourself. You are here to light the way for others. Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, things just don't seem to work out? Like every time you take a step forward, something pushes you 2 steps back? You apply for opportunities but get rejected. You pursue goals but they slip through your fingers. You try to make things happen but the doors just won't open. Most people see this as failure, but those who are chosen understand the truth. Closed doors are not rejection, they are protection. When God has a plan for your life, He will not allow you to settle for less than what is meant for you. Think about it. How many times have you looked back and realized that something you wanted so badly was never truly right for you, was never truly right for you? Maybe it was a job, a relationship, a certain path in life. At the time, it felt like losing, but now you see that it was never meant for you. If that door had opened, you might have walked into something that would have held you back from your true purpose. Psychology tells us that the human mind craves certainty. We want control. We want to know what's coming next. That's why rejection hurts. It makes us feel powerless. But here's the shift in perspective that changes everything. What if the doors that are closing are actually leading you exactly where you need to be? The truth is, God sees what you cannot. He sees the dangers ahead. He sees the paths that will waste your time. He sees the places that will drain your energy and keep you from your destiny. And so He blocks them. Not to punish you, but to redirect you, not to hurt you, but to protect you. So if you've been facing rejection, if life keeps shutting doors in your face, don't lose faith. Those who are chosen must first be positioned. And sometimes positioning looks like losing, but in reality, you are not losing anything. You are being guided to something greater. Trust the process. The right door will open at the right time. Have you ever wondered why your life feels like a constant battle? Why does it seem like you face more difficulties, more struggles, and more resistance than the people around you? If you've felt this way, understand this. It's not because you are weak, it's because you are chosen. When God sets someone apart for a great purpose, they attract greater opposition. The enemy doesn't waste time attacking those who have no impact. The enemy fights those who are a threat. If you are facing intense struggles, it's because your life carries a power that darkness wants to stop. Think about it. Some people seem to live without major challenges, moving through life with ease, but for you, it's different. You face obstacles that don't make sense. You go through trials that feel unfair. Every time you start making progress, something comes to knock you down. Psychology tells us that the mind naturally seeks comfort, but those who are destined for greatness rarely experience an easy path. The strongest warriors are trained in the hardest battles. The most resilient minds are built through struggle. If your life is full of resistance, it means you are being strengthened for something greater than you can see right now. And here's what most people don't realize. Your struggles are confirmation, not condemnation. They are proof that you are being prepared. The weight you carry, the battles you fight, the challenges you endure, they are shaping you into someone who is unshakable, someone who is ready to step into a destiny that most people never reach. So if you feel attacked more than others, don't take it as a sign that you are failing. Take it as a sign that you are rising. The enemy does not fight the ordinary. The greatest battles are given to those with the greatest purpose. And if you hold on, if you refuse to break, you will see the very struggles meant to destroy you are the same struggles that will make you unstoppable. Have you ever experienced moments that feel too perfectly timed to be a coincidence? Maybe you keep seeing the same numbers, hearing the same message from different sources, or meeting people who guide you in unexpected ways. These are not accidents, they are signs. When God chooses you for something great, He doesn't leave you to figure it out alone. He sends confirmations. He places signs in your path, subtle nudges to remind you that you are on the right track. These signs come in different forms. Sometimes it's a repeated number that keeps appearing in your life. Other times, it's a phrase or a message that keeps showing up when you need it the most. It could even be a strong gut feeling telling you to take a step in a certain direction. Psychology calls this selective attention, the brain's way of filtering information based on what matters to us. But what if these signs aren't just psychological? What if they are divine signals guiding you toward your purpose? Most people ignore these moments. They dismiss them as coincidences. But those who are chosen, they pay attention, they understand that life is not random, that the timing of events, the alignment of opportunities, and the unexplainable feelings in their spirit are all part of a greater plan. Think about the times in your life when things just seemed to fall into place. The right people appeared, the right words came at the right time, doors opened unexpectedly. These are not accidents, they are orchestrations. They are reminders that you are being led towards something greater. So if you keep seeing signs, don't ignore them. They are not random. They are messages meant for you. They are confirmation that your journey is unfolding exactly as it should. Trust the signs, trust the process. You are being guided towards something bigger than you can imagine. If you've recognized yourself in these signs, understand this: it's not a coincidence. You were not meant to live an ordinary life. You were not placed here just to exist, to follow the crowd, or to settle for a life that doesn't ignite your soul. You were chosen. And being chosen is not easy. It means walking a different path. It means facing struggles that others don't understand. It means feeling isolated, restless, and sometimes even broken. But every hardship, every setback, every moment of doubt is shaping you into the person you were always meant to be. Psychology tells us that the mind craves comfort, but growth only happens through challenge. The struggles you've faced are not random, they are preparation. The isolation you've felt is not rejection, it is positioning. The desires in your heart, the fire in your soul, the calling you can't explain, it's all leading you towards something greater than you can see right now. You may not have all the answers yet, you may not see the full picture, but know this: God does not make mistakes. If you have been feeling these signs, it's because He is guiding you, protecting you, preparing you. Your story is still unfolding, and the best chapters are yet to come. So don't give up. Don't ignore the signs. Don't doubt your path just because it doesn't look like everyone else's. You are different because you were meant to be. You are chosen because there is something only you can do. And when the time is right, when the preparation is complete, when you have become the person you were meant to be, everything will make sense.